safe and away from dirt. Three little babies dressed as doctors. One held a thermometer and the others looked on. Stay away from cold and stay away from rain. You will never catch cold then again. Two little babies dressed as doctors. One wore the gloves and the others looked on. Don't eat junk food, eat at home. Eat in time and don't you roam. One little baby dressed as a doctor. He held a medicine and the others looked on. We love the doctors, they save lives. When in trouble they always dive.
Funny little babies wearing funny cap. One tried this and started to smile. Mama called the daddy and the daddy came. He too tried and started to smile. Funny little babies wearing funny cap. One tried this and started to smile. Daddy called the mommy and the mommy came. She too tried and started to smile. Funny little babies wearing funny cap. One tried this and started to smile. Mommy called the grandpa and the grandpa came. He too tried and started to smile.
Five little babies playing in tunnel. One hit the first turn and jumped in joy. The walls are red, it looks so good. That's the color I saw in my toy. Four little babies playing in tunnel. One hit the second turn and jumped in joy. The walls are yellow, it looks so good. That's the color I saw in my toy. Three little babies playing in tunnel. One hit the third turn and jumped in joy. The walls are orange, it looks so good. That's the color I saw in my toy. Two little babies playing in tunnel. One hit the fourth turn and jumped in joy. The walls are green, it looks so good. That's the color I saw in my toy. One little baby playing in tunnel. One hit the fifth turn and jumped in joy. The walls are brown, it looks so good. That's the color I saw in my toy. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies climbing the wall. Five little babies went to a zoo. One saw a lion and ran in fear. Mama turned to Daddy and Daddy said, the lions are all trained, don't be scared. Four little babies went to a zoo. One saw a tiger and ran in fear. Mama turned to Daddy and Daddy said, the tigers are all trained, don't be scared. Three little babies went to a zoo. One saw a crocodile and ran in fear. Mama turned to Daddy and Daddy said, the crocs are in the water, so don't be scared. Two little babies went to a zoo. One saw a bear and ran in fear. Mama turned to Daddy and Daddy said, the bears are sleepy, don't be scared. One little baby went to a zoo. He saw an elephant and ran in fear. Mama turned to Daddy and Daddy said, the elephant's the color the next baby wants? Two little babies opening an egg. One color jumped out on its legs. Seen in water, seen in skies. Blue was the color the next baby likes. One little baby opening an egg. One color jumped out on its legs. Seen in bears, seen in shoes. Black was the color the last baby chose.
Seen in an egg, seen in a mirror. Oh, well,
for doll. Four little babies opening an egg. E, F, G, H, jump down their legs. E for egg, F for flower, G for glass, H for house. Three little babies opening an egg. I, J, K, L, jump down their legs. I for eyes, J for jar, K for kite, L for line. Two little babies opening an egg. M, N, O, P, jump down their legs. M for mango, N for net, O for orange, P for plate. One little baby opening an egg. Q, R, S, T, jump down their legs. Q for queen, R for rain, S for ship, T for train. Then came the last egg, any guesses why? All that left were U, V, W and X. Daddy smiled and he opened the egg. U, V, W, X jumped up on their legs. U for umbrella, V for vase, W for wheel, X for Xmas. Wait, babies, don't you forget about me. The last alphabets of all Y and Z. Mama smiled and opened the very last egg. Y for yarn, Z for zero. Mama called her daddy and daddy said, stay together and don't go far. Four little babies swimming in a pool. One swam fast and went too far. Mama called her daddy and daddy said, stay together and don't go far. Three little babies swimming in a pool. One swam fast and went too far. Mama called her daddy and daddy said, stay together and don't go far. Two little babies swimming in a pool. One swam fast and went too far. Mama called her daddy and daddy said, stay together and don't go far. One little baby swimming in a pool. He swam fast and went too far. Mama called her daddy and daddy said, stay together and don't go far. Five little babies wearing the mask. One wore a line and the other got scared. Mama called the daddy and the daddy said, no more babies wearing the masks. Four little babies wearing the mask. One wore a dino and the other got scared. Mama called the daddy and the daddy said, no more babies wearing the masks. Three little babies wearing the mask. One wore a rhino and the other got scared. Mama called the daddy and the daddy said, no more babies wearing the masks. Two little babies wearing the mask. One wore a wolf and the other got scared. Mama called the daddy and the daddy said, no more babies wearing the mask. One little baby wearing the mask. He wore a panda and the others got scared. Mama called the daddy and the daddy said, no more babies wearing the masks. Five little babies tasting lemon. One sucked it and started to scream. Mama called the daddy and daddy said, no more babies tasting lemon. Four little babies tasting lemon. One sucked it and started to scream. Mama called the daddy and daddy said, no more babies tasting lemon. Three little babies tasting lemon. One sucked it and started to scream. Mama called the daddy and daddy said, no more babies tasting lemon. Two little babies tasting lemon. One sucked it and started to scream. orange and he played it. 4 little babies playing with toys. One picked a drum and he played it. 3 little babies playing with toys. One picked the keyboard and he played it. 2 little babies playing with toys. One picked the xylophone and he played it. 1 little baby playing with toys. He picked the flute and he played it. 5 little babies baking a cake. One overbaked and it got burnt. Daddy called her mommy and mommy said, bake it less and make it right. 4 little babies baking a cake. One overbaked and it got burnt. Daddy called her mommy and mommy said, bake it less and make it right. 3 little babies baking a cake. One overbaked and it got burnt. Daddy called her mommy and mommy said, bake it less and make it right. 2 little babies baking a cake. One overbaked and it got burnt. Daddy called her mommy and mommy said, bake it less and make it right. 1 little baby baking a cake. He overbaked and it got burnt. Daddy called her mommy and mommy said, bake it less and make it right. 5 little babies opening giant eggs. One got a cat and it said meow, 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 meow. 4 little babies opening giant eggs. One got a dog and it said woof, 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 woof. 3 little babies opening giant eggs. One got a monkey and it said cheek, 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 cheek. 2 little babies
pushed the other and he fell down. Mama called the daddy and daddy said, take the stick and click the pig. Four little babies taking selfies. One pushed the other and he fell down. Mama called the daddy and daddy said, take the stick and click the pig. Three little babies taking selfies. One pushed the other and he fell down. Mama called the daddy and daddy said, take the stick and click the pig. Two little babies taking selfies. One pushed the other and he fell down. Mama called the daddy and daddy said, take the stick and click the pig. One little baby taking selfie. He slipped off and fell to the ground. Mama called the daddy and daddy said, no more babies taking selfies.
Five little babies blowing up bubbles. One blew a lot and it got burst. Mama called the daddy and the daddy said, blow it less and let it fly. Four little babies blowing up bubbles. One blew a lot and it got burst. Mama called the daddy and the daddy said, blow it less and let it fly. Three little babies blowing up bubbles. One blew a lot and it got burst. Mama called the daddy and the daddy said, blow it less and let it fly. Two little babies blowing up bubbles. One blew a lot and it got burst. Mama called the daddy and the daddy said, blow it less and let it fly. One little baby blowing up bubbles. He blew a lot and it got burst. Mama called the daddy and the daddy said, blow it less and let it fly. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Five little babies riding scooters. One slipped off and he got hurt. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies riding scooters. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Four little babies riding scooters. One slipped off and he got hurt. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies riding scooters. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Three little babies riding scooters. One slipped off and he got hurt. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies riding scooters. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Two little babies riding scooters. One slipped off and he got
splashed the water and the other got drenched. Mama called her daddy and the daddy said, "No more babies bathing in the tub." Three little babies bathing in a tub. One splashed in the water and the other got drenched. Mama called her daddy and the daddy said,
doctor said, no more babies throwing the ball.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 little babies playing with balls. One threw the ball and hurt his pal. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies throwing the ball.
1, 2, 3.
3 little babies playing with balls. One threw the ball and hurt his pal. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies throwing the ball.
1, 2.
2 little babies playing with balls. One threw the ball and hurt his pal. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies throwing the ball. 1 little baby playing with balls. One threw the ball and hurt his pal. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies throwing the ball. Daddy and Dad
called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies skating on ice. Three little babies skating on ice. One slipped off and hurt his nose. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies skating on ice. Two little babies skating on ice. One slipped off and hurt his knees. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies skating on ice. One little baby skating on ice. He slipped off and hurt his toes. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies skating on ice.
Pom 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 pom. Pom pom
Five little babies sitting on a wall. One slipped off and fell from the wall. tried this and started to smile. Daddy called the mommy and the mommy came. She too tried and started to smile. Funny little babies wearing mustache. One tried this and started to smile. Mommy called the grandpa and the grandpa came. He too tried and started to smile. Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, butterscotch, caramel. Five little babies tasting ice cream. One licked it and started to squeeze. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies eating ice cream. Four little babies tasting ice cream. One licked it and started to squeeze. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies eating ice cream. Three little babies tasting ice cream. One licked it and started to sneeze. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies eating ice cream. Two little babies tasting ice cream. One licked it and started to sneeze. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more babies eating ice cream. One little baby tasting ice cream. He licked it and started to sneeze. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more